spend all day at the beach. Yeah, no, it's good. Being part of a club, feeling like a sense of belonging, coming out, I love that.
Bloody great series, mate. Great to come over and just match yourselves up against the best in Australia. So a really good opportunity to get some better experience.
It's such an addictive sport, I suppose, because there's always that element. But also, I don't know, just general fitness.
So why wouldn't you want to be out on a bloody boat pounding through the surf? It's better when you run into people, of course, but you know, it's good fun when it's nice and flat as well.
The pain of losing is a lot worse than the joy of winning, so you want to win because you love the feeling.
The event, there's a lot of people, a lot of girls. Met a few girls, so it's going good. They're usually fit too, so I'm more thinking about the girls sometimes, but yeah.
Well, here are the girls. The best in the business are hitting the water right now. It is the highlights from semi-final number 1, Wilco, Met Caloundra Leftovers, Kurrawa Crankets, Tugun Hunter and Lawn Edge. This is a crack field.
Absolutely. You look at Tugun Hunters there on screen, the current Australian representatives, they don't get any better than that. Absolutely outstanding girls crew here, very strong, very powerful, but not far off the pace. Metropolitan Caloundra and Kurrawa both giving them a very good run for the money, as too Lawn in Alley 4.
Once again, top 3 crews go for. Crew number 4 is eliminated. Met Caloundra Leftovers in alley number 1. Great performance right throughout the weekend for them. The first half of the race, they really took it to the Australian representatives in Tugun and in fact turned the cans a little bit in front of them. So Met Caloundra, Tugun and Kurrawa, they were the top 3 as they headed around the cans. Kurrawa on screen, as you can see there now. They've turned in 3rd place, still looking very, very good. The Lawn Edge, Wilco, they struggled in the first half of the race and really struggled to get themselves back into it.
That's right, and again, we've mentioned it before, whatever the distance is going out to sea, you can pretty much double or triple it coming back home, and unfortunately for Lawn, that's exactly what's happened.
Kurrawa, in the end, they got themselves over the line in 1st place, but that is the Lawn crew. They are eliminated from semi-final number 1. Semi-final number 2 action now. Wilco, Corrimal, Bilgola, Helensburgh, Stanwell Park and Torquay. They're the ones that will line up in the semi-final number 2 for women.
And Bilgola showing very good form right across this competition. 3 days of racing, and they've been one of the form crews here in all the different conditions, regardless whether it's flat, whether it's windy. They've been out in front, but it was actually the girls from Helensburgh, Stanwell Park with Mark Lee at the helm sweeping them. They were the girls who actually led this race out around the turn and showed Bilgola how it's done.
Yeah, Helensburgh Stanwell Park had a great start to this race, as you say. Bilgola turning in 2nd place. But once again, we need to look for the back of this race here. It is the 4th team across the line that is eliminated. And at the turn, it was the Corrimal crew in alley number 1. They were in danger of being eliminated and still had plenty of work to do as they headed into the beach.
And just showing how tough the conditions are. Mitch Foran there, falling over off the chocks. The girls good enough to stay on that runner though. But it shows you can never relax. Even though there's only 4 boats in it, 3 to go through at any stage in the race, if you let your guard down, the ocean will take advantage of you.
It certainly will. And we'll go Bilgola, Helensburgh and Torquay. They made their way safely through to the final, but unfortunately for the Corrimal Mustics, that is the end of their carnival in the semi-final.
It's extremely bouncy, but we actually enjoy this kind of thing. We learn to love the wind. And it really does separate, I think, the crews that know how to row in it and the crews that don't. So it should be a good final.
This is how the Open Women's will line up for the final. Helensburgh Stanwell Park will be in alley number 1. Kurrawa Crankets in 2. Bilgola Gold in 3. The Torquay Groovers in 4. Tugun Hunters, the Australian representatives, they'll be in alley number 5. Met Caloundra Leftovers will be in alley number 6. Well, Wilco, we've seen some great racing in the women's. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic final.
Looking at that start list, there is some amazing talent on offer here. You see Tugun Hunters just getting hit by a couple of little waves there. They're the current Australian representative crew. Previously, we saw the Metropolitan Caloundra crew. They've actually lost their sweep this weekend. He's got an ankle injury. Mal Dunwoody from Gerringong, he's taken the girls and swept them this weekend. To be able to take a crew that you don't know, that you're not familiar with, for the crew to be able to take a sweep they're not familiar with and make a final is absolutely outstanding. You've got the likes of Kurrawa. They're an amazing crew with such a good history. Bilgola, Mitch Foran, an Australian representative rower, now sweeping the girls' crew here. He'll get the shorts off and go and row in the men's final after this. right across the board, it's an amazing depth of talent and wealth of experience across every single one of these rowers and sweeps.
Well, Bilgola and Karawa, closest to screen now. They're battling it out for first and second spot. A little bit further across the field, Torquay and also the Tugun Hunters. The national representatives, as you say, just coming into picture at the moment is Helensburgh Stanwell Park. They finished second in their semi-final. They were just happy to be here, but they're performing exceptionally well against the best crews in Australia.
Yeah, the girls from Stanwell Park got a little bit checked off the start there by a little wave, but they're definitely making up a lot of ground here. Mark Lee, the sweep there, a former Australian champion under-19 rower, now sweeping, and he's got the girls right up onto Bilgola's hammer here, and they're definitely having the row of the weekend. This is outstanding.
Helensburgh Stanwell Park currently sitting in second or third place. Bilgola is the crew to catch though as we head out towards the can. A super start by them gets them in front over the Karawa Crankets. Torquay Groovers, they're fallen back a little bit in this field. Plenty of work to do. Bilgola though, out in front. Helensburgh Stanwell Park, the surprise packet of this final so far. They've got themselves into second position. On the far end of the course we have Tugun Hunter, the Australian representatives. They're going to be challenging now Bilgola. It's been a big weekend for them. They will want to finish it off with a gold medal in this women's final. Closer to screen though we have Karawa. As we turn the cans, it is Bilgola. They will turn in first. Helensburgh Stanwell Park in second, Tugun Hunter in third, Karawa currently sitting in fourth place.
And the girls from Stanwell Park there doing an amazing job. Their bow pair technically perfect. Going into the turn there, they were hitting a couple of chops. The boat was bouncing up and down, and they did not miss a beat. That is exceptional. Those girls can't rely just on pure body weight and body mass to punch through those swells. They have to rely on technique and making sure they get all the little bits right.
Bilgola still out in front. Helensburgh Stanwell Park at the left of the screen. Just dropped off the back of a bit of a runner there. Karawa, they've found themselves a runner and they're going to challenge now our top two crews to see if they can get themselves a medal. Tugun Hunter, the Australian representatives, just dropping off a little bit. But as we can see in the middle of the screen, that is Bilgola gold. Karawa back into this race now. They've got themselves a nice little runner, as has Helensburgh Stanwell Park. We've got an outstanding back end of this race. Helensburgh Stanwell Park, they've got themselves out in front now. Right alongside them is the Karawa Crankets. This has now become a race in two. Helensburgh Stanwell Park. Right next to them now is Karawa. Bilgola, they've dropped back now. They've got themselves off the run. But Helensburgh Stanwell Park, the crew from the south coast of New South Wales, a surprise packet getting through to this final. They are not only going to challenge them, but they are going to win it. The Australian Open women's title goes to the Helensburgh Stanwell Park crew.
And that was near a technically perfect race in what is really hard conditions.
Helensburgh Stanwell Park, they are our Open women's winners. Karawa Crankets, they finished in second. Bilgola Gold will pick up bronze. Tugun Hunter in fourth. Met Calandra Leftovers, they will finish in fifth. And Torquay Groovers in sixth.
We got some good runs out of the cans, and I knew it was sort of that half wave ahead, then they come over the top at us, and I couldn't tell when we crossed the line. I just kept them going until we hit the sand. I'm stoked for the girls. We've been working so hard for such a long time, like the other crews, and we just haven't had our share of luck, and for it to all come together today is awesome.
Before we head to the men's open final, let's take a look back at highlights from the semi-finals. Firstly, semi-final number one, Bulli Gold up against Bilgola Gold. Corrimal and the Currumbin Barbarians. Wilco, four very good crews in this semi-final one.
Yeah, we saw Currumbin there getting checked off the start, hitting a few waves, but no more than what everyone else hit. Sweep Lyle Clark putting his hand in the air or attempting putting his hand up to try and protest the start, ask the starter to bring it back, but they're a good enough crew that they can deal with that. It probably shows that the headspace they were in, they knew how hard this semi-final was, how good everyone is. You look at the turn there, 4 boats dead in line, you cannot pick it.
Yeah, despite that tough start from Currumbin, it was the 4 boats that went around almost in unison. The 4 crews in Currumbin, Corrimal, Bulli and Bilgola. Again, the last crew over the line eliminated. Bilgola had the best of it coming in, but Bulli picked themselves up a nice runner and shot through to the lead right alongside Bilgola.
And it actually turned out to be a very easy row home. Currumbin missing the turn. A rookie error, a critical mistake for such an experienced sweeping crew. Unfortunately, they missed the turn. It gave the other 3 crews a really easy row in.
It was certainly a turn up for the books with Currumbin Barbarians eliminated from semi-final 1.
Yeah, very tough. It's really deteriorated since this morning, but We got out there and the boys did what we had to do, and it was a little bit rough, but we got home and got the result that we needed, so pretty happy with that. Long time since Coromal's had a crew in an A-boat final in a big event like this, so really happy.
Highlights now from semi-final number 2, featuring Grant Wilkinson and the Allura crew. Wilco, another great race.
Yeah, we had a good run out here, and it probably looking on screen now doesn't do it justice looking out the window of just how strong that wind is and how heavy the conditions are getting.
Yeah, certainly picked up here, that wind blowing onshore at a rapid rate of knots. Allura Wilco just in front of the crew from Mona Vale at this stage. As you can see on screen now, nothing between these top 2 crews, but again, it is the race at the back of the field that we're looking at. The Currawa Storm and also Queenscliff. They're currently sitting in 3rd and 4th place respectively. As they headed around the cans, still Allura and also Mona Vale. Wilco, things were looking very good for you guys at this point in the race.
That's right, we've mentioned it before. Turn the cans 1 length in front, that turns into 2 or 3 lengths on the run home on the runners.
Well, at this point in the race, it was Allura Wilco and Mona Vale. They had it all their own way in 1 and 2, but Currawa picked themselves up a nice little run. Mona Vale just falling off the back, but Currawa moved up right alongside Allura Wilco to book themselves a place into the final. Allura, Currawa and Mona Vale, they are the ones through to this open men's final. The crew from Queenscliff, that is the end of their carnival in semi-final number 2. Well, Grant Wilkinson has left the commentary box. He's headed down the beach to line up for Allura Wilco in this open men's final. Let's take a look at the starters. In alley number 1, Bilgola Gold, the Australian representatives. In alley 2, Bulleye Gold. Allura Wilco in 3, Coromal in 4, Currawa Storm in 5, and in alley number 6, Mona Vale from Sydney's Northern Beaches. Well, here we are lining up. It is the best of the best. The Australian Open Men's Final. Mona Vale off the beach nicely in alley number 1. But from the top of the screen, it is Bilgola Gold, Bulleye Gold, Allura Wilco, Coromal, Currawa and Mona Vale. Still very tough conditions here in the final. Onshore breeze blowing at around about 20 knots. As we can see, these crews, Bulleye just punching through that wave there. Gets the nose in the air a little bit. Bilgola Gold in front at the early stages of the race. Allura Wilco back in around about 3rd place at the moment, but it is our race leaders, Coromal, another one of the South Coast crews. They are out in front, and a great start for them in the early part of this race. Currawa Storm now alongside Mona Vale. We're on board with the Bilgola crew.
Really good water. That's the way, climbing.
That is Don McManus, the sweep you can hear.
Good water.
Just telling the crew there's got good water ahead of them.
Put a bit of distance in, fellas. Bit of distance.
So Bilgola challenging Coromal for the lead. The Australian representatives taking on the crew from the South Coast. Allura Wilco back in 4th place at the moment now. Currawa Storm have moved ahead into 3rd. Still very choppy conditions here at Stockton Beach. Allura Wilco in the blue boat. They're in 3rd place. That's our race leader in Coromal, followed by Currawa. Mona Vale on the far end of the course. They've got some work to do. But right in the middle of the field, it is still Coromal. They're out in front, a boat length from Bilgola. Allura Wilco currently sitting in 4th place. In the Barone boat though, the crew from Bulleye, they're making a bit of a surge as we head to the cans. Let's see who turns in 1st place. It is still Coromal who's out in front. Bilgola, they will turn in 2nd, but there is nothing between the rest of the crews as we head towards the beach. This is the best of the best in the land. The best boat crews in Australia are going head-to-head in this Australian Open final. Bilgola Gold turned in 2nd place. Can they improve on that and come home strongly? Bulleye just pulling down a runner now. Allura falling off the back, as does Coromal. Currawa, though, have just found themselves the little runner, and that will shoot them back into the lead in this final. Currawa stroking hard now on the back of that nice little run. They've got themselves out in front, but anyone can win it at this stage of the race. Bulleye surging once again, as does Allura. Bilgola, they've just fallen off, as does Coromal. But it is Bulleye now. They've got themselves on a run. They are stroking hard out in front. Allura Wilco, they are staying with them. Who is going to take out this Open Men's Final? Bulleye ahead of now Allura. On the far side, Currawa. The Queensland crew still well and truly in this one as well. Bulleye out in front. Allura next to them in the blue boat. Allura stroking hard as we get towards the beach. Bulleye Gold, they've got themselves in front still, but Allura fighting hard in this final. They're putting everything into this one. It is Bulleye, hit a bit of flat water there. Allura coming home hard. Can Allura get this one over? Will Bulleye hold on? It is an absolutely cracking finish to this final. And Bulleye Gold, after being as far back as 5th in the early stages of this race, have come home to take out the gold medal in the Australian Open Championships. A great performance as well from Allura Wilco. This is how they finished in the final. Bulleye in first, Allura second. Kurrawa held on for third. The Australian reps Bill Gola, they finished in fourth. Corrimal fifth. And Mona Vale, they are in 6th place.
Oh, it's fantastic racing. Really tough conditions. We had a pretty ordinary start and the boys never give in and they just come home like steam trunks. Well, it's similar to last year because we won this race last year, so we come around the can, there was a run right there for us, and we took advantage of that and came right through the centre. It's great, unreal rowing from these boys.
Well, what an amazing finish to this fantastic weekend of racing. Bulleye Gold, our Open Men's Champions. A big thank you to Grant Wilkinson for joining me in commentary. I'm Glenn Hawke. Thanks for being part of it right here at Stockton Beach for the Navy Australian Open Championship.
If we could never die.